Have you ever wondered what truly controls the world? Most people think they know the answer. They say money, they say power, they say countries. But all of these are just surface level things. The truth lies much deeper. And it is far quieter than most people realize. What governs the world is an invisible invention. And at the core of that system, there is a name almost no one knows. Al-Khwarizmi. Maybe you heard this name once in high school. Maybe you never did, but many of the things you do right now, pressing a button on your phone, opening an app, watching a video, all happen within a logic that he systematized. And the strangest part is this: you're not even aware of it. In the 9th century in Baghdad, he sat alone in a room. There were no screens, no data, no technology. There was only an idea. But that idea was brilliant enough to shape 1,000 years into the future. At that time, the world was chaotic. Knowledge had been lost. Different civilizations used different systems. Everyone believed in their own rules. But Al-Khwarizmi realized something. The problem wasn't the lack of knowledge. The problem was disorder. And then he introduced one of the most functional ideas in human history. Everything can be broken down into steps. It sounds simple, but its impact was powerful enough to build civilizations. Because with this idea, everything complex became solvable. Mathematics, trade, engineering, even thought itself. That's why the book he wrote wasn't just a math book. It was a guide to thinking. What we call algebra today is not just a calculation tool. It is a philosophy of thinking. And here's something even stranger. The word algorithm, bot, comes from his name. Al-Khwarizmi, algorithm. So every time you say algorithm, you're actually repeating his name without even realizing it. But the important thing isn't the name. The real question is this: what exactly did Al-Khwarizmi do right? He didn't just try to understand the world, he made it controllable. Because control comes after understanding, and he turned understanding into a system. Think about it. What we call artificial intelligence today, data analysis, financial systems, software, they all operate on the same principle. Step by step, rule-based, predictable. This is not a coincidence. This is legacy. But this is also where the other side of the story begins. Because the one who builds a system is also the first to control it. And history tells us this: those who understand system always have the advantage. Those who don't get lost within them. Today, billions of people use technology, but how many actually understand what they are doing? How many truly think about the logic behind the systems they use? That's why power is often invisible. You focus on the screen, but you don't see the system behind it. You experience the result, but you don't understand the process. This is exactly what Al-Khwarizmi discovered: an invisible power. And that power only grew stronger over time. During the Islamic Golden Age, Baghdad was the center of knowledge in the world. Different cultures came together, knowledge was shared, systems evolved. But what made Al-Khwarizmi different was this: he didn't just learn, he combined. He took Indian mathematics, he took Greek philosophy, and transformed them into something new. So he wasn't just a scientist, he was a system builder. And perhaps the most important detail to understand is this: his goal wasn't to reveal theoretical knowledge, it was to solve real-world problems. He wrote so people could share knowledge, so trade could function, so problems could be solved. Even today, many people have knowledge, but they don't know how to use it. That was his difference. He made knowledge functional. And that's why he left a mark on history. Now we come to the most important question. If the world truly runs on algorithms, and this system was built 1,000 years ago, which side are you on? Are you someone who learns the rules, or someone who just uses them? Because history has shown us this again and again. Those who build and develop systems win. Those who understand them rise, but those who never question them always fall behind. And perhaps the most striking truth is this. Al-Khwarizmi was not just a scientist. He was one of the first people to define how the world should be systemized. And even today, we are living inside the rules he wrote. The moment you realize this, the world will never look the same again. Because now you know. What you see is only the surface. The real power is the system behind it. And that system will always be with us. If this expanded your perspective, you can join us. If you want to discover new scientists, join us and subscribe.